Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 203. Before we start this show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for Rated G, you can find us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/RatedG4Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan. We are going to PAX Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Well, Dan, it's almost here. It is less than a month away. Penny Arcade 2020. It's going to be an epic event, and we are going. Just got our
Penny
tickets.
Arcade East.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Penny Arcade East.
That is a very important distinction. PAX East. Because there are now 5, almost 6, I think 6 maybe different PAX events.
Whoa, 6.
Throughout the year. Mm-hmm.
They just had PAX South.
Yep.
I think last month. Or this month.
Which is interesting. Yeah, like they just got back from PAX South. It's interesting that they ganged South and East so close together. I figure they want a little bit more downtime maybe, but I don't know. So Mike and Jerry just got back from that. Now they're gearing up for PAX East, which is going to be a whole awesome thing. So I'm pretty hype. Are you hype?
I'm hype. I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the fact that it's 4 days now, right? Like
it is
4 days since last year or the year before?
Since the year before, yeah, year before. I think 2018 was the first year they opened up Thursday, and man, it was great because there was room, you could walk around.
Thursday, it was great, and then Friday it was a little bit more busier, and Saturday was just forget about it. Right?
Saturday is the most bananas day because everyone has the weekend off, right? And it always sells out. Friday is now sold out. Saturday is sold out. And if anyone was interested in going, please remember that our giveaway for January is going on right now, and that is PAX East badges for Saturday and Sunday. We are giving away one set of tickets for Saturday and Sunday, and if you've ever wanted to see the best gaming convention on the East Coast, now here is your chance. So the secret code this week is PAX Prime. Send us that code via DM, private message us on social media, or email us at info@ratedg4gamers.com. Note that you can enter once per episode. We will be dropping codes all January long. Also, for an additional entry, head on over to our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Like that contest post. Make sure you retweet or share based on the platform, and make sure that you are following us. Good luck to everyone who enters.
I'm so excited for PAX. I'm always this is like our Super Bowl, right? Which is about what the real Super Bowl is about to happen.
I know, right?
And then right after that, 3 weeks later, we have our Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. For anyone who hasn't gone, it is an epic event. There's a lot to do. Certainly you want to come prepared. You want to take a look at the show floor. You want to map out the things you want to see, especially if you have, limited time there. You want to kind of say, well, I'm going to hit this, and this. If I do these things, I'll be happy, because it is a lot. I remember
Wear comfortable
when
shoes.
yeah, well, that too. That too. Yeah, comfortable shoes is definitely key. You want to be as comfortable as possible. You want to wear good clothing. Stuff that's kind of breathable, stuff you can walk around in. The shoes on point. I remember the first year that you went, 2016, and Dan was like a kid on Christmas morning.
Well,
wide-eyed.
It definitely was like Comic-Con, just with video games.
Yeah. I mean, it was just huge. Like, just
So I've been
insane.
at Comic-Con before, but again, that's 10% video games, if even, right?
Yeah.
It was 98% video games.
It's more about comics and movies, that event.
More about comics and movies. So sadly enough, this year, friend of the show, Mike, not coming. First time in like 3 years. He's come like
I know.
3 years
I'm
in a row.
I'm really upset. Mike and his friend Patrick usually come, and we hang and have a good time. And there's a rotating cast of characters, though. We got some new people coming, so very, very excited. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about PAX more closer we get to it. But Dave, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. I was celebrating another birthday. They seem to happen every year, Dan.
You know what they say? Every day is someone's birthday.
Yeah, that's right. So my friend was having a birthday out on the island, and we all love escape rooms. So that's like the new hotness right now. And we did yet another escape room, which was super cool. And never done one. Really? Oh, we got to get a group together and go, Dan. They're really fun.
Never done an escape room. So
you know what the whole conceit is, right?
I have no idea what it is. Well, I mean, I'm guessing they trap you in a room that you have to escape from.
Well, yes. And they have different themes. Like this one was like a Grimm's fairy tale style one. So everything was like, all kind of like foresty, and they had all these, like things about Red Riding Hood and Hansel and Gretel, and you basically have to find your way out of the room, right? And usually there's a lock or a key or a thing, something, and then you shout the magic word, and then that'll open the door, and then you get to escape. This one was really tough. The puzzles were very much on point. You kind of have to search the room, find a bunch of clues. Those clues match up to a puzzle, and then that puzzle will give you something to get to the next puzzle or open the next lock, which gives you a thing.
Is it one room? Is it like several rooms, or is it like
this was two separate rooms?
Okay.
So we eventually got to open the door to the next room, which was interesting. And they had
it's like the movie on the Sci-Fi Channel, The Cube. Right?
Yeah, very much like The Cube, except the stakes are much lower.
Oh, okay, you don't die.
No, you don't die.
The room doesn't collapse.
Yeah, and they're more puzzles than traps. Man, I can't believe you brought The Cube up. Cube is a great movie.
Cube 2, Cube 3, Cube Resistance. Cube
I only saw the first one. I didn't know they made sequels.
They kept going.
Oof, that's weird. Yeah. Nah,
the CG
first one was
just
great.
keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah, well, that's usually how it goes. So, yeah, it was a fun little weekend. How about you?
Believe it or not, I don't remember ever watching the G.I. Joe and Transformers animated movies in the 80s.
Oh man, they're classics.
I mean, it came out in 86 and 87, so I was 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I was 4 and 5 when they came out. So
actually,
I don't remember.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen the G.I. Joe movie. And I have seen the Transformers movie a ton of times, so.
I mean, maybe I've seen them a little bit later on. I definitely didn't see it when it first came out. I was too young, but I probably saw it later on because I don't know what made me think about it, but I was like, I want to see the G.I. Joe animated movie.
Yeah.
No, you know what? The Black Nerd on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, I was just flipping through channels and he had a video about he watched the G.I. Joe movie. The animated movie,
right?
A reaction from someone in 2020 watching something from 87 or something like that. The theme. So I was like,
have you never seen it before?
I don't remember seeing it. I want to say I don't remember seeing it because
I was talking about the Black Nerd. Was he seeing it for the first time?
I don't know. I didn't actually watch it.
Oh, okay.
I think he's seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time I remember seeing it. Again, I feel like as I was watching it, especially the Transformers movie, I'm going to say I probably seen because I remembered some of it, sort of, right? I was like, oh, I think I remember this.
Right.
I just wanted to say, man, we had no government regulations for children's programming back then.
It was a little bit of the Wild West, and
It was.
you know, like spoilers. Optimus dies in the Transformers movie from the 80s.
And he doesn't come back.
No.
Come back.
Passes on to like Galvatron or something, I think, right? Takes the Energon cube out of him. Spark, that's right.
Yeah, he passes the Spark.
Yeah, it's tough.
And then G.I. Joe, I mean, Duke gets into a coma. He goes into a coma. Like, we had some serious we had some, like, they were cartoonish, but they had like some serious, like, adult themes to these
man.
Cartoons in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen, I enjoyed it. Heavy on the 80s rock music, I gotta say, heavy on the 80s rock music. But I enjoy watching.
Of course, man. You got the touch, you got the power. Forget about it.
I enjoy watching them. I actually watched them on Twitch, funny enough, for free.
Nice.
Didn't know Twitch had like movies and stuff on there.
Yeah, that's like kind of weird. I wonder how they can do that.
Well, they streamed Power Rangers, the TV show, the first like 3 seasons.
Really?
They like had it marathoned on, and then they had a bunch of things marathoned on there. So
wow,
remember,
copyright strike.
Amazon owns them, so remember,
right?
Yeah. So maybe it's like movies and stuff that Amazon has licensed that they can give to Twitch to have.
Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that. It's it's a little weird.
Well, speaking of movies, I mean, speaking of cartoons, animated movies and cartoons from the 80s and 90s that kids nowadays don't get, there's always one cartoon that comes out every now and then, and I could say, oh, you know what? I would have liked that cartoon. It could have came out in the 80s or 90s. And that is Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated show. That actually started out as a movie, which I went to go see. And then it was a cartoon on the Cartoon Network, and then it moved to Disney XD. That ended abruptly, just abruptly. It was like, all right, we got like 2 more episodes, and that's it. And they tied it all together.
Right, or they tried to at least, yeah.
They tried to at least. And I was really disappointed because I really loved that cartoon.
A lot of people seem to be pretty positive about it. Personally, I haven't seen it because it seemed like a little bit more kiddie than I was willing to jump into.
Visually, yes,
okay.
But if you love Star Wars, it's just the continuance. It's the continue of the story. I mean, it's before Episode 3, so Anakin is still a Jedi, and I wanted to know what happened to Ahsoka. Right,
yeah,
she's in a new cartoon, but we don't know like how she got there, right? Because that's the new cartoon is after Episode 3. It's like somewhere in the middle, Episode 3 and 4. But they bring it back. They're bringing it back. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. They bring a proper final season is coming to Disney Plus. I now have a reason to buy Disney Plus.
That's the reason. The Mandalorian didn't do it for you, but Clone Wars does.
The Clone Wars, I really love that cartoon. So
wow, okay. It used to be on Cartoon Network, right?
It started I think it started on Cartoon Network, then it went to Disney XD when Disney bought Star Wars, and then they just abruptly ended it. I'm sure Disney wanted to start their own cartoon, which they did. Yeah, and I don't like
Rebels, right?
Yeah. I don't like as much as I like this cartoon. I like this cartoon, but they're bringing it back. Give them credit. They want to give people a reason to have Disney Plus.
They are listening to the fans, and that's that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
All right. Well, this is the last episode in January. As we march on to February, we need to go over the most notable games coming out next month.
Nice.
And I gotta say, it's a little bit slim pickings as far as like major games releases.
Well, I mean, I think we talked about it last week.
The bug's going around. The delay bug.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about the delay bug later in the show as well. It's going around. If you ever had your delay shots, gotta get the delay shots. Get
vaccinated now. Get your QA testers all in line. Get that game gold. Get it out.
So Life is Strange 2, the complete season, coming out February 4th. I will get this if it's physical. I don't know if this is physical. I haven't seen a physical disc.
Oh, I think it would. Physical, no, the last couple ones came in a complete pack, right?
The last ones did have like special editions. They had the art booklet and all that stuff. I have both of those, and if there's a special edition for this, I will buy it. I played half of the first episode. I have not finished it. No, I'm lying. I did finish the first episode. as I always do with all these type of games, episodic games. But I want the complete. I want to be able to binge it when I want.
Exactly. You want to go like straight to the end of the game. You don't want to wait.
So it's coming out PS4, Xbox One, and PC February 4th. Again,
no Switch,
physical.
huh? No Switch.
Not
Weird.
yet. Not
It
yet.
will be. It will be soon enough.
Well, I'm sure Life is Strange. I don't think any of the other Life is Strange games are on the Switch. I'm sure they'll probably have like probably will be a direct at the end of the year. You know what? The complete Life is Strange collection.
Yeah, right. Coming out on Switch. Oh, that'd be great.
So, it's coming out the same day, February 4th. The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics coming out for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and Mac. It's our first game of the year.
Right.
I think it's coming out for all systems except for Stadia.
And Mac too. Yeah. Well, Stadia aside, I don't know if you caught, because this is based off the new Dark Crystal series on Netflix.
Yes, that part I knew. I never really watched any of Dark. I wasn't really a fan of Dark Crystal back in the day.
Dark Crystal's a little weird. I did like the original when I was a kid. I tried watching the new one. It was like, all right. A lot of people seem to be about it. I wasn't like crazy about it. This is a tactics game, so I could be persuaded. I do love Final Fantasy Tactics and the Fire Emblem series, so there's that. I may give it a whirl.
It's about a hard pass for me. I'll wait till it's like Switch games never go down to $10, but I'll wait till it's like $20. Mm-hmm. And then we got Yakuza 5. Talking about a different type of game. Yakuza 5 came out PS4 February 11th.
Yakuza 5 is an update to the PS3 version. Is that right?
That is correct. That is just an update from the older version.
Nice. I have to get this, and I have to promptly start playing these games.
And you're going to talk about update from previous versions. The next game on this list, coming out February 14th for the PlayStation 4 and PC, is Street Fighter V Champion Edition. As a side note, I just read that there's a rumor that there's not a rumor. Somebody, not Walmart, it was some Canadian outlet tweeted out that Street Fighter V Champion Edition coming to the Switch pre-orders coming up soon.
Oh yeah.
Don't know if that was. Don't know if that was a typo, and they probably had Switch in their mind, and they meant to say the PS4 because pre-orders will probably go up soon. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Yeah. Well, that would be really interesting because they specifically said we're only going to put it on PlayStation 4 console-wise, and Microsoft got left out of the game.
Well, because Sony put in money to help development with Street Fighter V.
Right,
So
right.
Yeah,
so now it gets to come to another console and still not Xbox? That's crazy.
Yeah, that would be a little weird that it comes to Switch.
Right. I mean, I guess it has been out for like 4 or 5 years now. Like, it's been out for a while.
Oh, it's been out for a long time.
Yeah. So maybe they just don't care anymore. Maybe they're like, yeah, fine, we'll open it up. We'll make some more money on it,
I'm probably going to, I got both editions. Right, I got the arcade edition, which I got the regular edition when it first came out. I got I got the special edition because I got the Ryu statue when it first came out, and then I got the arcade edition, and I got to get the Champion edition.
Of course, man, you got to get them all. This is ideally the most complete edition. Can't say it's the game of the year or definitive edition because they may still keep supporting it with new characters, but it's the most complete that you can get. So yeah, I'm on board.
Same day, February 14th, Darksiders Genesis coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. It's already came out on Stadia first in December.
Yeah, one of those exclusives.
So it is sort of like Darksiders, but like a twin stick shooter type, and this is a prequel to the original. So now we have all four. The Horsemen, all four Horsemen have their games.
Yep.
So hopefully the next proper Darksiders game is a mashup of all four of them.
Well, I thought they were going to do a fifth Horseman and introduce them.
Didn't hear that rumor.
I thought that was a thing. I thought there was going to be like a fifth Horseman to come into the mix. I could be wrong, but I think that's a thing.
Well, I think a long time ago they always said they planned to put out a game per Horseman, and then
once you run out of Horsemen, what do?
Then
you got to do the team up, right? You got to do the Avenger style Darksiders game.
Darksiders, the 4 Horsemen edition.
Yeah, right.
And, starring Ric Flair.
Woo!
So don't know if this is another one. I don't know if it's a physical edition coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen any artwork or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks all digital. If it is a physical, I will get it on the Switch.
Right.
Dreams, finally. This has been in beta.
Yep.
It's been like an early access for the longest. Now gets a proper release on the PS4 exclusive, coming out February 14th. So we got a lot of games coming out on the 14th.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have messed with Dreams at all or saw stuff about Dreams, but it is very capable.
I watched it at PAX last year. I didn't get a chance to play it, but I got a chance to sit in one of those bean bags and watch someone make something and then play it.
Yeah. So somebody made the most like bananas thing is somebody made the Final Fantasy VII remake in Dreams. Right? That was bananas. I was like, wow. Like, granted, it was just like a battle scene or whatever, but you know what I want to.
I want to see somebody make a Halo game.
That would be awesome, right? That would be
the
awesome.
only way Master Chief would come to PlayStation.
Right. I think Microsoft had something similar, like Project Spark. That kind of fell through, I think. It seemed to be like, hey, you can make your own games, make your own things or whatever. Here's your little sandbox playground. And I don't think that really ever went anywhere. Like, it came out and then it just kind of went away. But
it lost its spark.
It's a nice idea, but...
And then you got Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition coming out on Switch February 20th. So they're just putting these games out one by one, not just put out the DMC series, right? But if they did, but you know what? This is Capcom, so if they did, it would be like, Devil May Cry 1 on the cart, and you got to download the others.
Download 2 and 3, right? Because everyone's got to save money on the cart costs, right?
So, and you have, and then on February 25th. For the Xbox One, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. I don't know what this is. Is this DLC? What is this?
It's DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. Interesting that
I think it already came out on the PS4.
Oh, because it had that timed exclusiveness, yeah. So now it's like coming to Xbox. That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, I mean it's just more DLC for the game. I haven't really cracked it open just yet because I basically got to finish 1 and play 2 and then get to 3. So it's going to be a while before I get there. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just more story, which is great because, people seem to like Kingdom Hearts 3 pretty well. So yeah.
Now this next game is the game that I'm definitely getting. I'm probably going to buy this while we're in Boston at PAX East and play it while we're there. And that is Mega Man Zero ZX Collection coming out for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
That is 6 games, right? There were 4 Mega Man Zero games on the GBA and 2 ZX games on the Nintendo DS, which are great. The Zero games I think are a little more traditional style Mega Man. The ZX games are open world, side scrolling, so you get different abilities that open up different areas and you can travel around. It is super cool, very fun game.
Definitely picking that up, and the best thing about it is I'm gonna get it on the Switch because there's no download warning on the box. I think everything is going. I think we confirmed this. Everything is.
I mean, it should be. They're like DS games at best. Most of them are GBAs.
How small can they be? How big can they be?
Yeah, it's got to be a couple of gigs at best, and that's probably being generous.
Then we have lastly, we have Samurai Showdown coming out for the Switch February 25th. So I already have this, awesome. Played it a million times, love it. It's definitely, you can't play it like you're playing Street Fighter. You got to learn how to parry. I call it Street Fighter meets Dark Souls. You got to learn how to parry.
Yeah, it's it's a technical fighter for sure.
So not many blockbuster AAA games coming out next month. Because everyone's been hit with the delay bug.
That's right. Everything's been pushed a little bit. So, I think it's going to be similar come March. Hopefully no more big delays, but April is really going to be the hot month, I think. And then some games, like Cyberpunk is no longer in April, which is sad, but, they need the time to polish that game. So I ain't mad. I'm just upset.
So, Dave, getting any good pickups this weekend?
I got a few. I picked up GTA 4, the episodes from Liberty City. They did 2 DLC packs, The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. They put those out as a physical, so found it for $2. Had to get that. And then didn't have this one. I know you had it for a while and you love it. I think you have the special edition. Yeah. That's the Captain Toad treasure tracker for the Wii U.
Captain Code.
Yeah,
love Captain Code.
Captain Code treasure cracker for the Wii U. It's a very good game. Different than the Switch version. They have different bonus levels based on whatever Mario game was at the time. So this one has Mario 3D World bonus levels, where the Switch version swaps those out for Odyssey bonus levels. I wish they kept both, but it is what it is. So that's kind of cool. And
so I have all 3. I have for Wii U, Switch, and 3DS.
3DS,
the same day it came up for the Switch.
And then finally, I picked up the Richter amiibo, so happy about that. Got another one in the collection, and yeah. So how about you?
Cool. So I got the DualShock 4 back button attachment.
The most important of all pickups.
Totally did. I called GameStop, and they had no idea what I was talking about.
Right,
and then
this
I
is
went
like
there.
the little paddle flip thing, right? Like
Yeah.
The Xbox Elite controller. You can put the paddles in the back.
And then when I went there, I was like, "Is that thing right behind you?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know we had it."
Right? Yeah.
It just came out to no fanfare. But I gotta say, I've been using it, and I'll get into what I'm playing later.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good. It feels good. It feels good
as
in
it
the
should.
hand. It's easy to program. Has a little LCD screen. I'm not worried about the LCD screen sucking so much battery life out of the controller, because you only turn it on when you want to configure what button configurations. And
then it
goes
just
off.
saves it to the little memory inside. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then it goes off. So
smart.
it feels good. This is definitely the DualShock 5. I can say it, because I feel like every time I play, I got to get another one. Because every time I play a game and I pick up a different controller because this one is dying, I got to take it out and put it on the next one, because I really you
don't want to do that. You want to have them ready to go, all like pre-programmed.
Yeah. It feels really good, and I can't wait for the DualShock 5, which I hope has it. Doesn't have the LCD screen in the middle,
right?
Because it where it's easier, you could just put on a docking station. You can recharge the battery, right? Because I can't recharge it with that on it, obviously.
Right. So can you program it on a per game basis or no?
Yeah, well, you program what you just hit the LCD screen, and you keep pushing the button until you see the button you want it to emulate.
So it's not a per game situation. Okay.
No.
Okay. Because I think you can do that. You can do that with the Elite controller.
Well, the Elite controller, I pay $150 when it first came out.
Well, I'm just saying. Like it's a nice thing to have.
That better be able to do more.
Hopefully the PS5 will have, per game control setup, because you don't necessarily know, you play Gears of War and the right trigger is the shoot. Maybe on Halo it's the right bumper for some reason.
You just have to. I mean, it's easy enough to program.
Yeah.
It
just
takes
be nice
2
to have
seconds.
them. Yeah.
It takes 2 seconds to hold the LCD screen and keep pushing the button until you get the button you want it to emulate.
Right. I don't know. I mean, it'd just be nice to be ready to go, right?
It'd be nice to say, "Hey, Halo."
Yeah.
Automatically,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So I picked up the Diablo Loot Goblin amiibo.
Nice.
That was a GameStop exclusive.
Yeah.
I called GameStop. I was looking at all the amiibo, and I'm like 20 shy of having every North American amiibo at least. I know there were some Monster Hunter amiibo only released in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Let me start trying to get some of these old amiibo. And GameStops everywhere sold out except for this a couple of them. And they actually shipped it from one GameStop to one that's close to me, so I can go pick it up.
Wow, the hustle was strong.
I know, so I got
strong. You worked to get that.
So I'd rather pay $17 than $60.
100%. 100%. You just buy it on eBay if you really wanted to, but no, you hustled for that good price.
No, I called around to like 10 GameStops.
Yeah, man. That's how you do it.
She didn't even know it was an amiibo. She was just like, this thing that's sitting in front of me, I thought it was just a toy. I didn't know it was an amiibo.
Right.
So I have that probably never going to open it. And it comes in a nice little box, too. I got to be honest. I wish all the amiibo came in a box, right? Because then you could just keep it in the box and you would never take it out.
Technically.
I've been picking up. You want to talk about? We always pick up sports games. I realized I didn't have all the 2K games, the NBA 2K games.
It's a shame,
I didn't know there was an NBA 2K and an NBA 2K1.
Yeah. They made up the 2K3 on the Dreamcast proper. So,
well, you know what? 2K4, 2K5 weren't even 2K. They were ESPN NBA 2K games.
That's right. They had the ESPN license for a brief moment, which was great. That was definitely the way to go about it because, ESPN's like the biggest sports network, right? So,
but I already had those. Didn't know they were 2K games. But I went out and I picked up NBA 2K1 for the Dreamcast, and I have a 2K3 for the GameCube.
Nice.
And I never played any of the Dragon Dogma games, but I have Dragon's Dogma and Dragon's Dark Arisen for Xbox 360. Then I had to go old school. I got Gargoyles for the Game Boy.
Wow. Talk about like Disney properties. Disney Afternoon.
I don't think that was like a Gargoyles from Disney game.
I'm pretty sure it was, unless you're thinking of Gargoyles Quest.
Oh, yes. I have Gargoyles Quest.
Ah, okay. So Gargoyles Quest is a Capcom title related to Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts, that whole franchise.
Yes. I forgot to put the quest in. Sorry.
Yeah. So like you play as the little red Arimer, also known as Gargoyle, I guess, in this case. It's a pretty good game from what I hear. It's a pretty good game.
I have that. I have Frankenstein the Monster Returns from the NES.
Oof.
A little scratched up. Does cost money. And I have a game I totally forgot about as a kid. I loved this game when I was a kid, and that's Burger Time.
Oh, man. How could you not like Burger Time?
I totally forgot that. I had that as a kid.
Fun game.
Thinking about when I first started getting collecting, I was trying to get all the games I had before. I never had a list. I was going off of memory. I totally forgot about Burger Time. Next week, JJ Games is officially done. Complete. Doors are closed. I got one last order in. I got a big order in. So next week, when hopefully the package comes soon, next week I'll talk about that. So Dave, as we always try to start the show but epically fail, what have you been playing?
Oh, my favorite part of the show, and one of my favorite games, nominated for Game of the Year, Dan. I have been playing Slay the Spire on the Switch.
You love that game.
It's really good. It's really good. Reception is great. I'm trying to see if there's any additional content in the game because you get to play as 3 different heroes. I have now beaten the game with each one of the heroes, which I thought something was going to open up because after you beat it, like it lights up that particular colored crystal, which represents either the warrior, the rogue, or like the sorcerer character. So I did all that and I lit up all that stuff and nothing happened. I was like, okay. And then it also has a cutscene at the end where your character is on like the battle screen and he does damage to this pulsating heart, and it keeps a tally of how much damage you've done to it. So every time you run through and beat the game, you do more damage to the heart. I feel like you can destroy the heart and maybe get something else out of it. So that's part of the reason why I keep playing. It's still like a super fun game, but I feel like there's some hidden content in there. But yeah, that's really about it. Haven't had a ton of time for gaming lately, but I do get to play that, so pretty happy.
Okay. I haven't had a ton of time myself to play. So I've been playing Catherine Full Body and PS4 Slim.
Catherine Full Body, nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
crazy. It's crazy. I'm not gonna really get into. I'm still in the beginning stages. I keep flipping back from hard to easy. Hard is
tough, man.
I go to super. I go to I don't even go to normal. I go hard. Don't make it to the top, and I go to easy to make it to the. I try hard a bunch of times, and I've made it to the top a few times, but every time I fail, I just say, "All right, screw it, easy," because I want to get back to the story and see.
Yeah. It's like super engaging. I don't know. I know we've talked about it. We talked about it at length a bit ago. It is an Atlas title. And Atlas does make some crazy good games. They're the people that make Persona, so you can kind of get an idea of what the game would be like a little bit.
The story is just out of the world.
Yeah, bananas. So awesome.
I've been playing Blazing Chrome. I Blazing Chrome. Got that. I picked that up. That finally came. That finally came. That acts like Contra just in 2019.
Yeah, exactly. It is legit a throwback, right down to like the speeder bike level. You get motorbikes and you ride down the highway just like you do in Contra. Yeah,
so I've been playing that with the back attachment. Works perfect.
Nice. Oh, good to hear.
Works perfect. I bought it for the PS4, so I didn't get it from the Switch. And I told you about that game. Was it last PAX or 2 PAX ago? Because I played it.
I hipped you to that game.
No. I told you about this. Seriously, you told me about Katana Zero. I give you that. Yeah. I told you about Blazing Chrome, and I brought you to the booth.
I don't know about that. I don't know. No,
I remember. All
right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Because you seem pretty adamant about it.
Because they had these bootleg. I'll never forget. They had these bootleg Xbox 360 controllers because it was on a PC.
Yeah. And that's right. Because you got to play it before I did, and then I went and played it at the Xbox booth. That's right.
Right. I was playing with some random guy, and we were really powering through. We were really doing well.
Yeah.
And we were like, this game is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. So Blazing Chrome, highly recommended, and
lives up to the name. Yeah,
I would say get it on the PS4 to play with the back adapter. It just makes I mean, or I guess you could. It came out on X. Did it come out on Xbox? No, it didn't. Digitally, maybe it came out on Xbox. Physically, a limited run did it, so it didn't come out on Xbox.
That's right.
Having the back paddles, the like unlimited shooting while you can jump with X is just perfect. Or you could jump with the back paddle and hit square for shooting. Perfect. Nice. It's just perfect way to play Contra. Now I want a back paddle on my Switch games. Like Nintendo, I need
never gonna happen.
I need a
never gonna happen.
I need a pro with back paddles. So been playing that. Been playing my Switch. I 100%ed for like the 20th time Super Mario World on Switch Online.
Didn't you do that last week? I thought you did that already.
No, I beat it, but I didn't 100% it.
Oh, see, I was under the impression that you got all 96 exits and made that happen.
All the Koopa shells are Mario heads.
Yeah. Well, I mean that happens when you go through the special world. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by like 100%. I beat the special world as well and just done. Like the world changes to a different color. Looks
that's
like
right.
autumn.
Yeah, it turns all fall colored. Yeah, that's kind of neat.
That's how they can. That was back in the day. That's how you could prove you like 100% at the game.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, so, good stuff.
Did that. And I've been playing. I downloaded it. I got Gris. Is it Gris? Called Gris? Right?
Gris, I think. Gris. Yeah.
Gris.
Yeah, I think it's a French pronunciation where you the S is kind of like a Gris. You know, hard G, leave off the S. Yeah, I think.
Gris.
There you go.
Gris. Yeah, I've been playing that.
Nice. Nice.
Too early to tell you how I feel. I'm only about an hour in.
It is a pretty game.
It is a pretty game, and you know, I think I'm up to color green at this point. I got because it starts out bland.
And you got to build the color in the world,
and you build the and you build the colors, and that's how that's sort of, I guess I'm assuming that's how you like, you know, the levels go.
Yeah, so, most likely.
So I got red and I got green, so I'm only been an hour in. I don't know my other color. Yeah, been awesome. Nice. Been playing out on the Switch. Hopefully, Limited Run puts out a physical eventually.
Yeah, we shall see. Oh, Limited Run did do a physical. It is sold out already.
No, it's.
I kid you not.
Of Gris? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Trust me, I've already looked it up.
No way.
It is.
I would have saw that. I didn't see that.
We can go ahead and check that offline. It's not a big deal, but I hate to break your heart.
Oh, well then I gotta buy that.
Well, it's sold out, so good luck.
I could buy it on eBay for like $60.
At least $60, yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. You know what? Speaking of Limited Run and Super Rare Games. Super Rare is having a discount right now because they have a lot of overstock So if you want to like stock up with some indie titles, I would go check them out right now.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of titles I'm not interested in, but you may actually be interested in, Dave.
Why would you say that?
Your type of game. Well, you like those type of games, you know, those type of role-playing games and stuff.
I love any sort of role-playing, tactical role-playing, action-adventure role-playing, sports role-playing, golf role-playing, you name it. Anything with role-playing.
You take it, yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
No,
I would say my favorite genre.
I got the email saying that my friend Pedro has been delayed. My shipping has been delayed. Damn. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that. But anyway, why don't we take a break here? When we come back, we get into the top gaming news of last week.
Hey, this is Matt Adler, freelance journalist for IGN, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers podcast.
We're back. Let's get into the top gaming news of last week. I told you, you gotta get your delay shots, right? So you can get away from being the delay bug that's going around.
Dan, I think I know where this is going. Are you telling me that there's another delay on the horizon?
I love it how you say on the horizon. It fits because Dying Light 2 was on the horizon. It's supposed to come out in the spring of 2020, and it's been delayed indefinitely. So if you remember, Dying Light, the original Dying Light came out in 2015, 2016.
I think that sounds about right. Yeah,
it came out pretty early, 2015. And it came out around the spring. Yeah, right around springtime, I think. And it just, I was like, what is this game? What is this? Right? Like, and it did really well. It got really good reviews and everything.
Yeah. Zombie survival game, right? Is that right?
Yeah. It was. What was the game where you're always running? I can't think of it. You're always running.
Cannibal?
Jumping over. No, not Cannibal.
Temple Run?
Not Temple Run. You got to run fast. You're
Sonic?
You're a female protagonist. It came out this generation. You're a female protagonist.
You're talking about Mirror's Edge. Come on.
Mirror's Edge. There we go. Mirror's Edge. It's like Mirror's Edge meets The Walking Dead.
That's
essentially what it was.
Right.
And
interesting matchup.
Everyone was looking forward to it. I mean, I played it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it. I'm not a spooky game guy, right?
Oh yeah, we are all very well aware.
At night, the monsters get even harder to beat, and they look like they can run a triathlon.
Oh
right?
Sure, they're pulling a little Castlevania too, right? They got to get that super speed.
Yeah, I'm good, but I know people wanted to play it. People have been looking forward to it since they announced it. I will give them one thing: they never actually announced an actual date, just a release window. Sure,
right. It should be out around this time, like Q1, Q3, Q4, but yeah, sad to see it being infinitely delayed. It may come back, we don't know. Hopefully it does, but
hopefully it comes out. Maybe they want to set it up for next gen. Right?
Oh, that could be. They're
like, why are we putting it out in the spring for old gen when we can make a big splash and everybody who buys
next gen,
the new gen can have something to play. Right, so that could be something that they're doing. But let's move on to games that actually exist, but we don't know. Well, we don't know, but we don't know if this is coming out. But it looks like it's going to come out because of the ratings. That's always a good indication if a game is real or not.
Right.
Because if the rating leaks, they have to pay to get the game rated.
That's
right.
right.
Nobody's going to pay for a game that's not coming out.
Yeah. We heard about it with BioShock in several countries, actually. There was some rating leaks on that, so there's a good chance that's coming out. What's the new game on the docket here?
Well, it's not a new game or a collection. That's Mortal Kombat collection.
Oh,
it was
nice.
Rated in the European Ratings Agency.
So this is Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, like the OG, the start of it all.
The original trilogy, yeah.
Right. All right, which is good. They're like a solid set of games. I think maybe 2 may be the strongest entry out of the 3. Certainly, kind of push that franchise and the genre forward in a kind of good, meaningful way. And this comes out for like $30 or whatever, and it comes out on the Switch. Hands down, I'm gonna get it.
I would definitely get this for the PS4. I like my DualShock controller for fighting games.
Sure. Oh, sure.
But remember this? I think we talked about it a while ago. This was rumored a couple of years ago, but I was reading up on this, and apparently they were rumored to have a studio that's never put out a game before port this, and the director of Mortal Kombat kind of wanted experienced people to put this out because they wanted to get it right. And they didn't want to
you want it to be arcade perfect,
Yeah, they didn't want to take a chance on having a studio with no reputation, with no games under their belt to do it. So I think they went in house and went with a different studio. But this is actually good. Of course, they spell everything with a K. Combat in Collection.
I mean, you have to. You have to. So I only wish they had Ultimate 3 on here, because that just like blew it up and added like so many more characters to it.
Oh, come on, you gotta put it's a collection, so come on, put Mortal Kombat 4 too.
I could hard pass on Mortal Kombat 4. It was not good.
You know what? You know why you put that? You know why I say put Mortal Kombat 4? Mortal Kombat 4 was the last game they had actual number on until Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, it's true, right? Then they went into like Deadly Alliance and Armageddon and all those. Sure.
And then it was just Mortal Kombat 9 was just Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's right. And it was like, we're going to go ahead and kind of reboot it, but not really. And then boom, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 10.
Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
I say just put 4 in there. Screw it. All the games with numbers on them, the old school.
Oh, it's terrible though. No one's ever going to play it.
Well, you know what? You have that option not to play.
Yeah, you could just pass right by it.
There you go. I would love to play Mortal Kombat 4 on my PS.
I mean, sure. There you go. Sure. It's it's interesting in a way.
I would love to, like I said, I would love to play it on PS4. I wish, I'm not going to lie, I wish they would have had, they stopped with the numbers, but they could have had like Mortal Kombat 5 Deadly Alliance. Like I was going through all the Mortal Kombats just to see how do we get up to 10 so I can make sure I have all of them. And then they had some side, I mean, we had Sub-Zero's mythologies.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat mythologies. Special Forces was another one.
Yeah, so I was like, I didn't know which one was. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know which one was 6 and which one was 7 and 8. That was crazy.
Well, listen. All the ones where you can rip somebody's spine out are part of the mainline Mortal Kombat series.
Gotcha. But I would love to see. You gotta believe that they're working on Mortal Kombat 12.
Oh, of course. 11 did phenomenally well.
And 11, I loved 11. If I was ranking my top 20 games of 2019, Mortal Kombat 11 definitely would be top 10 or maybe 11. Maybe you would hit 11. But you got to think that they're working on 12 for the next gen consoles, right? So that makes me think, what other games are in the works for the next gen consoles from not just third parties? I mean, not just first party, but third party, right? What kind of games are we getting on the next consoles? I think IGN did like a survey, and they surveyed a bunch of devs, and only 10% of the devs surveyed confirmed that they're working on PS5 and Series X games. And to be fair, 56% of them said they're working on PC games, and 38% of them said they're working on mobile games. Now, this is not a fair or accurate representation of complete all the devs out there working on, working on next gen games or next gen consoles. But it got me thinking, what if this is actually true? Let's just say out of all the devs out there, only 10% of them that are third party, not first party, third party, are working on next gen consoles. What does that actually mean, right? Like, to me, that tells me there could be a couple of reasons behind that. Maybe the dev kits are really expensive and exclusive. Not every dev gets to have, a dev kit before the console's even announced, right? So, I mean, that's one way you can sort of kibosh leaks, where the dev kit is super expensive, like $25,000, and it's like, yeah, $20,000, $25,000, sign an NDA, so you don't really get leaks out there, even though PS5 dev kit's already been leaked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there you go, right? You know, they don't necessarily want to have that out there for various reasons. People
Which you
speculate.
can see the serial number, by the way.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, hey, this is what the console looks like, right? And it's obviously not. But
the guy who actually confirmed that it was a PS5 dev kit, his Twitter got shut down.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. So there's things that PlayStation obviously or Sony wants to keep under wraps, things they want to let get out, which is usually they want to do it on their own terms, right? They want to do it at their state of play or at some event, right? And Sony's like, okay, now we're ready to introduce this stuff. So I think part of it's the NDA. I think part of it's pricing. You know, they want a small set of developers who are close with Sony. Like, I feel like if this was like Nintendo, I'm pretty sure Ubisoft was one of the first companies to get a dev kit for the Switch so they could start developing for it, because Ubisoft and Nintendo were very close. You know, I feel like that's the same for PlayStation, right? I'm sure Capcom is pretty close with Sony, and they say, hey, you're going to be one of the first people on the block to get a dev kit, and it's going to cost like this amount of money, right? So,
well, I'm sure the big developers, I mean, we've talked about this before, like the big developers get a chance to chime in on what they want, right? So I forgot which developer it was, but it was a developer that said that the Switch needed more.
That was Capcom.
Memory.
That was Capcom. Capcom
memory.
said, hey, we need more memory in the system to be able to compete. Pretty sure it was Capcom or Bethesda, one of the two.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, like that kind of makes sense, right? You want to get feedback from the people who are going to be developing on your system to say, hey, we missed out on this cool thing, or Bethesda's got this really great idea. It wouldn't be that much to incorporate it. Let's go ahead and do that. You know, make it easier for them, and so yeah. And I also feel that this kind of 10% thing isn't anything new. I'm sure it was the same on the current gen. Pretty sure it was the same on the previous gen, right? A select handful of developers are going to get in early on the system and start developing because they have the resources and the money and the time to do that. You know, smaller companies maybe not so much, which is why you'll see, you know, lower tier or, you know, indie third-party games come out, you know, 6 months to a year out after the system comes out, right? And they get time to port their games over and whatnot. So,
well, in this case, let's just say, you know, when PS4 came out, like only 10% of the devs, you know, were working on it. You know, now those devs are catching up. Those smaller devs are catching up to make games for the PS4. Right? Well, the PS4 is about to hit its swan song into the sunset.
Yep.
All right. So, and those devs are not going to get a chance to work on a PS5 until probably next year or the year after. After everything that's in development for the PS4 comes out. And both consoles are going to be backwards compatible, right?
That is 100% right. So,
it doesn't make sense where they're like, oh, we're working on the PS4, but, you know, people are going to play it on the PS5 as well. But they won't be able to take advantage of all the bells and whistles that the PS5 will have because it's ported to the PS5, sort of, right? Because
right, as opposed to being built from the ground up for the PS5,
yeah, like PSVR, which takes us to our next story. There's a rumor out there that PSVR 2 will be launching alongside the PS5. Now,
not to be confused with the PlayStation VR version 2. This is PSVR 2.
Yes.
Brand new iteration for the PS5 exclusively from the ground up.
I believe that there is going to be a PSVR 2 because
of course there is.
PS4 worked with the PSVR, but the PS4 Pro worked better with it because it was put together, you know, with PSVR in mind. PS5 definitely will have PSVR capability, right? Because it's built from the ground up with PSVR in mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be ready with the hookups and everything out the gate. Whether or not it comes on day one with the system has yet to be seen, because Sony said nothing about it. We do know it's in production; they're working on it because that's Sony's second bread and butter, right? You know, the console first, and then this whole VR thing, which is doing gangbusters for them. You know, they've definitely been doing the R&D. If you want my bet, I would say they put them out side by side, and then have them for the holiday season. I don't know if that's necessarily like feasible, because now they got to produce all these consoles and also produce all these VR headsets and get them all shipped out and do the product displays and placement and all that stuff. It's a big undertaking.
I say no.
Mm-hmm.
I say you don't want to confuse the market right now, and I tell you why. Hardcore gamers like us, we're gonna go out and we're gonna spend the money for PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Right?
We're gonna get everything.
That alone is gonna be over $1,000 plus games.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same argument of why there shouldn't be a Switch Pro right now. Don't get in the way of the Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
Let the Juggernauts fight it out amongst themselves, and then the year later, when you know the casual gamer or the mom goes into I almost said Toys R Us, but she goes into a store, she's already gonna look at the prices of the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and say, oh my god, there's a lot of money. Plus, you got to buy a game because they don't come with games. Right?
I mean,
she's not going to want to buy she's not going to want to spend an additional $300 to $400 on a PSVR headset too. She's going to say, nope, I got you the console. That's it.
Oh well, that's almost a guarantee. Everyone's going to be like, well, this is a lot of money for everything. You know? And people are gonna pause on that.
So if you want to get maximum sales at the same time of getting the hardcore gamer and getting that mother or father that's going to buy it for their kid, you put it out separately. Get a little bit of an install base first, and then you put it out the holiday of 2021, where the hardcore gamer like us, we're definitely going to buy it. We're going to say, all right, well, you know, it's only $300-$400. That's fine. We don't have to compete with another $1,000 that we're buying for something else. No, this is it. This is the big purchase.
So what you're telling me is you're not going to buy it. You're not going to buy it.
And the parents can buy it at the same time. So it'll get a boost in sales.
So you're saying that if it comes out day one, you're not going to buy it day one?
I'm not going to buy it.
Wow. That is very surprising. For the man who buys everything, I would definitely am going to get this day one if that's the case.
Too much money. I got to buy an Xbox Series X.
I understand, but I'm still going to get it, Dan.
I got to buy a television Amico.
You don't need to buy a television Amico. See, that's where you're wrong. The television Amico is going to be basic. It's going to be a hard pass. I will use my Amico money and buy me a new VR headset. I kind of disagree, because I think if it was there, you get the attachment rate, or you get a better.
No parent is going to spend $800.
But I mean, it's not just about the parents, right? It's it's also about the people like us that have somewhat disposable income, where we can just be like, hey, we'll go ahead.
Sony knows that we're gonna buy it. They know we're gonna buy it. They're not after us. They're after that casual. They're after the casual gamer, that person that's like, oh yeah, oh okay, I bought a PS5 last year. Okay, maybe I'll get a PSVR too.
Well, see,
it's cool.
See, but it'll already be on the market. So whenever they come around and say, "Hey, I want to get this,"
one chance to make a splash and a product sales spike when it first comes out, when it has the hype. It doesn't go up over time.
But wouldn't that give the PlayStation an edge over Xbox to say, "Hey, yet again, we have this VR experience which you don't. Buy our system because it's VR capable."
You can announce
and you can put that message out right then and there.
I wouldn't put it out at the same time. I want to idealistically, PS5, Xbox Series X this year, next year, holiday 2021, PSVR 2, and the Switch Pro.
Yeah, see, I disagree. Although I would say that a fair argument would be production line, because they always have a struggle getting out all these systems and getting out systems that work properly. If you also have to manufacture VR headsets at the same time during this 2020 holiday, when you're directly competing with like Microsoft, then I could like kind of see like maybe they're going to hold off till next year. But
they will hold off because I think again, they want to give its own breathing time. They want to put the focus and the marketing all behind that, because you need 2 marketing campaigns, and that costs money too. You got to have a marketing campaign thing, you got to have a marketing campaign for PS5.
Of course,
so, So everything costs money, and they're saving money, but not going to E3. But
well, there you go. It's going to the PSVR marketing budget.
The smart bet would be to give it its own space and its own time. Heavy marketing for it a year later, maybe 2 years later.
Well, almost
PS5. Give it all you got for the PS5 right now to get that install base.
I would say guaranteed, because even though they're not going to be at E3, by the time E3 rolls around, we should know if the PSVR 2 is launching with the PS5.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we don't know what the PS5 looks like, but we know what the Xbox Series X looks like. And it looks like the Tower of Doom, the Green Tower of Doom, because it's green at top. So I call it the Green Tower of Doom.
Yeah, that is a. I don't know if I would call it the Green Tower of Doom.
The Green Tower of Doom. I kind of remember the mock-ups of what the Xbox would look like, and it was like an X. It was an X that was standing up.
Yeah.
It was like a tower, but it was like an X. I kind of wanted that. I kind of wish we had that.
It would be neat. That would be neat. Not very practical, but
an alleged Xbox Series X photo of the back of the console has been leaked. Now, it doesn't. We don't know if this is real or not. We haven't heard anything about it being fake or real, so we don't know. It's still up in the air. But it looks interesting. It looks like it could be. I mean, this is pretty spot. If this is a fake, I think this is pretty spot on what it would be. I mean, it has two USB ports.
Yep.
Ethernet connection. It looks like a regular power cord connection. Yeah. So that means the brick was inside, which would go to why there are vents in the back as well.
Yep.
And one HDMI port.
Yep. So sorry, and then guys. Also one HDMI out, and then also
can't put your cable box in here.
No. Well, they're like straying away from the all-in-one box. And then also there's like there's an optical out if you have a home theater that doesn't have HDMI, so you can still get surround sound on it. Two things to note.
A weird port.
There's a weird long rectangular port, which is questionable. It does look a little bit weird around it. It looks a little bit unfinished. That would definitely be a proprietary situation. I don't really know any cable that looks like that. Could be some sort of weird new Kinect thing. It's a possibility. I don't know. And then the other thing that's a little bit weird is that they're using traditional USB-A connectors as opposed to USB-C, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because like C is like the new kind of hotness, right? And C offers you a bunch of new things. One of which, and this shouldn't be diminished, is that you can plug it in any damn way you want and it'll work.
That's true. That is
right?
That is definitely true.
Right. And you obviously do get like better transfer speeds and whatever else. It's not an A to C connection, so yeah. I mean, there's just like a lot of stuff to it. I could also see why they wouldn't do that. That means you can use pre-existing cables that you already own. If you have A to Cs or you have A to As or like A to Bs or whatever, and they have peripherals that hook up with that, you could just do that. Well, so yeah, I don't know. It looks
this could be official, but it does say on the back of it prototype. So it could be just an official prototype, but not the final product.
So we have no confirmation yet on this. But...
We have no confirmation of that. Well, we do have confirmation that Ninja Theory is working on their next game that looks awesome, and that's Senua's Sacrifice, right? Senua 2. A game that was PlayStation exclusive, and then Microsoft just bought the studio.
Yep.
So, and we've seen that. They actually have another game coming out in a few months. That's like a multiplayer game. The name of it escapes me, but it's more of a smaller game. I'm sure that's just studios put out like these smaller games, just sort of they can make some money, get funding, so they can work on other projects. And they have a third project that they're working on. Apparently, they're teasing a new experimental horror type game, Project Mara. Everybody's working on a horror game.
I know. It's your favorite genre, Dan.
Yeah, this is a game I'm probably not going to play.
They put out a pretty brief teaser. It looks interesting.
PT-ish.
Yeah, PT is for sure. PT is for sure. Yeah, I mean, you see some glimpses of a woman. She's kind of like, I think, staring at a hallway. Oh, I see a hallway. She's visibly upset and scared, right? As are most protagonists in horror games. So curious to see, because Hellblade's a very interesting game.
It has horror elements to it.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy
dark
beyond
and gritty.
So they're good, and they have Microsoft's backing now, right? So they get all the resources afforded to them because they're part of the Microsoft family. So
yeah, well, now that they have that money, they can put they can staff up and put out Senua 2 and then work on other games too. So
I assume that this is going to be Xbox exclusive, right?
Oh, of course, 100%.
Yeah, because I mean it had to have been developed
Senua 2
after.
also.
Exactly. Yeah. So they have at least those two. Senua 2, if not launch, it'll be around launch. So maybe like
not launch, just in production. So I would say it'd be another 2021, 22.
It's going to be Christmas 2, I think. I hope so.
Well, it's in development. I mean, So we didn't see any in-game stuff. We saw just a trailer that looked amazing. By the way, looked amazing.
Looked incredible.
It looked real. I didn't know. You would think you saw a clip for a movie. It looked super real.
Nice.
Sometimes it could be too real, and horror looks too real for me because I hate spooky games. I don't want to get scared. No, I'm not scared. I'm not a person that wants to be scared. That's why I don't play Resident Evil games. That's all you. I give that to you. You beat Resident Evil 7 in VR, so I give you credit for that.
I did.
I know. But we've been playing games for a long time. I've been shooting monsters since Contra. And I can tell you right now, I've never wanted to shoot a real person. Video games have not led me to want to be violent in real life. Video games have not taught me how to be violent. If anything, movies have taught me how to be violent.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing we've been saying for ages. It's there's just no any evidence is very spurious. It is correlation without causation. All right, you can say, well, hey, violence has gone up in the last couple of decades, and you know what? Video games have become the best-selling medium out of like movies and
highest grossing medium.
Music and TV and all that stuff. So you can say that you can make this correlation that video games are causing the rise in violence. But there's no evidence to link those two.
Well, politicians have been coming after video games ever since Night Trap and Mortal Kombat 1 with the blood and gore. We saw last year, we talked about it, Trump sort of blamed video games for mass shootings.
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy way it's an easy scapegoat. We have to go after these video games, and you sidestep the issue of like gun control almost wholeheartedly.
Well, this is bipartisan attacks because Trump, a Republican, has blamed video games for definitely blame video games for mass shootings. And now we have Joe Biden in the news, who is no fan of video games himself. He says it teaches people how to kill.
Yeah, well, he specifically called game developers, Silicon Valley game developers, quote, little creeps, unquote, which, not a good look. Yeah.
Well, when you name call, well, first of all, just to be fair, when you name call, that tells me, and this is me psychoanalyzing, you're having a meeting, you probably get offended and you get and you go on defense, right? That's why you call people like names, right? Because you feel offended or attacked in some way.
Yep.
So no matter if you felt attacked or offended or whatever they said, it probably had a heated discussion. His end result, his feeling, I disagree with. His sentiment, I disagree with. Again, video games don't kill people. People kill people.
I mean, sure. Uncle Joe also has to be better than that, though, right? Because even if his buttons were being pressed, and even if he felt attacked and threatened and this and that, he is a politician first and foremost. He is running for the highest position in office in America. It's a bad look. If you said this about any industry, if you said this about movie directors, you said this about musicians, said this about whoever, and you call someone little creeps, it's not going to win you any fans.
No, it won't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? The only buttons Joe Biden should have been pushing, and somebody should have put it in front of him, were buttons on the Switch. And gave him a Switch game to play.
I didn't know how you were going to transition out of this, but you did.
Thank you.
You did.
Transition. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Somebody should have gave him a Switch to play. Right? Because nobody complains about playing Nintendo games. Right? Come on, give Uncle Joe Splatoon and say, listen, cartoon characters shooting ink. Come on. But I love Switch patents. I love seeing Nintendo patents because it gives me a glimpse into what they're thinking, right? I mean, I think 6 months ago over the summer, they did say that for the next console, they want to rethink the controller, right? So they want to redo a controller, which I hope that just means they're going to put back paddles on the next the next controller.
They're not gonna do what everyone else is doing, Dan. They're not gonna do what everyone else is doing. They're gonna go left shark like they do.
All right, we're gonna get a chip implant and we could control it with our mind.
Hey, I'll take it.
All right, we're all gonna line up for surgery to get chip implants. But the Nintendo Switch never came with a stylus. That was always something that I thought was weird. Not even sold separately. Even if you don't want to sell it separately. Sell it with the game that uses a stylus, like Mario Maker 2, which they did sell a stylus if you pre-ordered it, only in the UK, which doesn't make any sense in my mind. Do it across the board. Just why not?
Right.
But whatever. But they did have a patent to where they sort of had like a stylus, sort of the tip of a stylus pull out of a Joy-Con.
Yeah, or I think it may even be like a special Joy-Con like
connection
edge connector. Yeah. And it'll turn it into a little writing stylus. And the reason it would be connected to a Joy-Con as opposed to just being a freeform stylus, which you could use now, is that it's supposed to have additional functionality. So when you like press different buttons, you'll change the thickness of a line maybe that gets drawn on the screen. Possibly, they have a patent here for like rumble support, right? If you touch certain things, it'll like interact with the Joy-Con. Nintendo has to have a game built around this new peripheral if this is a thing, right?
If this is a thing, it should have just came out with Mario Maker 2. Why now? I mean, again, listen, it's just a patent. There are thousands of patents that'll file that never come to light.
That's right. That's right. We got patents for a re-up patent on the N64, and
that's true.
Nothing really came of it.
And nothing came of it. And everybody was sure it was an N64 classic coming. And I'm telling you now,
I'm still hoping.
Dead.
I'm still hoping.
Dead. That's not coming. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, they've actually said that they're not doing it, so you would kind of have to take them at their word.
They said at this time we're not doing any more classics.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that was at that time. Maybe this time they are. But I think it's dead. I think they're not going to do it. They want to bolster the Nintendo Online service, and I think in September of this year we're going to get N64 games and a wireless N64 controller that you can buy separately with Nintendo Online. So I think that's going to be their big push in Christmas 1. But this is interesting to see where they're going and see what they're thinking. But I think the classics are dead.
Yeah.
But you know what's not dead? Well, you know who kills? Well, Joe Biden would definitely not agree with this game because he definitely kills. Definitely does shoot a lot of people.
Yeah.
Rip them to pieces, and that is Doom Guy.
Yeah, that is his official name. He is known as Doom Guy.
He's just known as Doom Guy. And Doom 2, Doom Eternal, coming out. This is coming out the same day as Animal Crossing, but only on Xbox One and PS4. The Switch port has been delayed. TBD. We don't know when it's coming out. I would assume it would have to come out no later than maybe like September, October.
Well, they have to get the main versions 100% because they had some dev trouble. So,
but the reason why I bring up the Doom Guy and Doom Eternal, well, as a side note, Doom Eternal, you can it's all over the internet. People have been playing like the first 20 minutes of Doom Eternal, 15, 20 minutes. People love it. People love it.
Yeah.
And it's even more, you just can't randomly just shoot. You have to go in and melee because health and ammo are sparse.
Yep.
Like you really have to.
You got to get those glory kills.
Yeah, get those glory kills so you can get the pickups. So check that out online. But it looks like the director of Doom has been lobbying Doom Guy. He's been talking to Nintendo to get Doom Guy in Smash Brothers. We know we're getting 6 new Smash characters.
I understand
How did you think Doom Guy would fare in Smash? I mean, he would not smash. Doom Guy can smash people.
No. How is he gonna like? Is he gonna like rip out Peach's spine or curb stomp Mario? Like shotgun Luigi in the back of the head? Like you would have to make Doom Guy fit in that universe, right?
More cartoony. You have to
sure. Like they have like the Belmonts in there. They have Ryu from Street Fighter, and
but
they have all their moves
to start with.
Yeah, I mean they are a little bit, but they have all their moves in there and this and that. They don't go very dark with the tone. They still keep it in line with.
You could put the original
Smash.
Doom Guy in.
It's still too violent. I mean, you know, he's got a shotgun. How do they incorporate guns like that in there? You know, it's too real. It's too real in my opinion.
I always wanted to see Ken and Ryu get shot with the shotgun and their spine pulled out.
Oh my god!
Horses.
Nah, it's a hard pass for me, considering how like close Sakurai takes his franchise and the things that he does and doesn't allow in his games. Like when they had May from the Fatal Fury series, she specifically wasn't one of the like special background characters when they had Terry Bogard come out. Right? He specifically didn't want her in the game because she's a little salacious. You know, it's not. It's a game that's meant for everybody, right? So I would.
Do we know if Sakurai even likes Doom? I mean, remember he goes after franchises that he actually personally likes. I mean, every time we get a Smash Direct, we got the history of SNK.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
he loves
so
Fire Emblem. He loves the Fire Emblem series. So
that's very evident from the 29 different Fire Emblem characters in the game. I don't know. I mean, it is an American game through and through. Came out of California by id Software. He obviously knows about it at this point. I think everybody has to know about Doom at this point. It may not be his jam though, and that's kind of also fair. So, it's probably like pretty low on the scale. I'd say Master Chief and the Doom Guy probably pretty low.
And Master Chief more so than a Doom Guy.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Chances in, yeah.
100%. Master Chief is a little bit more palatable to the younger audience.
But lastly, come on, I had to talk about this. Listen, I told you the classics are dead. That's gone. Not coming back. But you know what's not dead? That's still holding on to life. It still has a pulse. Light pulse, but it still has a pulse, and that's the Wii U. It's not done yet, baby.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Why are there games still coming out for this system?
The last physical game I got that I got for it was Axiom Verge from Limited Run. Fantastic, by the way. Thank you, Limited Run, for getting that done. Wii U, we both think is underrated, so I still think they should have squeezed 2 more years out of that. That's just my opinion. The Switch should have came out last year. But whatever. I digress. The Switch is still getting new games. Yeah. And the latest game that's coming to the Switch is Shakedown Hawaii. Now, I have this game.
Oh, it's bananas.
On the Vita. And I really like this game.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Speaking of dead consoles,
Retro City Rampage.
Yeah, it's very much a spiritual successor to the GTA series, the old school top-down ones. Retro City Rampage, tons of retro kind of references and nods in there, just all out action. Shakedown Hawaii, like you said, a sequel to that. So cool that it's coming out to the Wii U. I don't know who's gonna buy it.
Barely. Listen, if you play Call of Duty on the Wii U, it still has a small community still up and running. So
they have online servers and all that.
They still have online servers and all that. And I got to be honest, I was thinking about this the other day. I said, I gotta go on the Wii U and the eShop and start buying some games, so like N64 games and stuff like that, before they shut down the shop like they did the Wii Shop.
Oh yeah,
So I need to start doing that.
All that like stuff is gone
now.
Yeah.
My only wish, and I know this is probably not gonna happen, I want to release a physical edition. I don't need a special edition. Just release a physical edition. With
Well, I
limited run
feel
for Wii U.
if it's
Because
coming out on the Wii
Limited
U,
Run
I
has
feel
still
like
said
it
that
would
they
be.
want to put out Wii U game. So
I mean, if they're going all the way back to the Wii U, I feel like it would be a physical, right? Because the only people that would want to play it on the Wii U would be collectors. To be fair.
no. I mean, it still has indie games on the Wii U eShop that people are apparently buying. Maybe.
I mean,
I'm assuming that they made a
there's
promise
some
to put this
for
out.
sure,
and
but
they're just keeping their promise.
I mean, there's some for sure, but I mean, I don't know if anyone still has a Wii U as their primary console and is downloading indie games still. Like, I would assume they'd have a PS4 or a PC or an Xbox, and because you can get this game on everything, right?
Well, it came out physically for the Switch and Vita. Probably the PS4 as well. I don't remember. But I definitely got it on a Vita. Had to get it on that Vita. It'd be nice if it came out for the Wii U. I mean,
In physical, yeah.
I think Signature put this out. I don't really remember. It wasn't Super Rare Games. I think Signature put this out. I could be wrong about that, but I know Limited Run didn't put this out. But I know Limited Run said that they have Wii U, like they're going to be doing Wii U games too. But they've only done
there you
one
go.
so far.
See, it kind of makes sense.
Well, they only did one so far. So it'd be nice if they could put this out. But I'm excited. The Wii U is not dead. We haven't got any more Just Dance games though. It's been coming out for the Wii, not even a Wii U.
Yeah,
but you can play it on
the
the Wii because it's backwards compatible.
Yeah, you can play them on the Wii U just fine. I mean, it is the exact same game on every platform across the board. So, they're just
correct.
By the numbers, they're just kind of looking at it like, well, if it's the same damn game, it's really just the packaging that changes, right? So what's the difference? All right, that about does it. That wraps up episode 203. That is in the books, folks. So if you want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. If you want to enter for this contest, you can do so on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just kind of DM us with that code. And if you missed that code, please go back in this episode and listen for that code. DM us or private message us on social media or email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com for entry. Also, before we go, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at gamingpodcastalliance.com if you are looking for more gaming goodness. So please listen, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.